But it's not. It's actually across the street from the White House, on a side street, not on Pennsylvania Ave. And it's some big hotshot association. I don't know what it is, but they got a big, you door parking lot in the front here, and no one's here, and the doors seem locked anyway. So I thought it was a nice place to get out of the rain because it's raining. You can tell out there it's yucky, and it was supposed to be nice today, but they lied again. Yeah, the weather, man. Well, I want to tell you what's going on about uh, the guaranteed income stuff. I mean, there's about 50 cities and counties, that are using that. It's not at the national level. They call it, if there is, they'd probably call it something else, uh, stimulus packages and stuff like that. But the guaranteed income is going to be at your county and city level. And there's a big article in the New York Times today, actually it was yesterday, how they're studying this very closely because they're going to expand it. And the expansion, they say they could expand it. No, okay, the guaranteed income is they'll give you $500 to $1,000 in most cases every month for a year, 2, 3 years to get you back on your feet and things like that. Now in Chicago, the income limit is like $75,000. So $75,000, you get an extra $6,000 a year. Um, and I would think you'd want it for lower people, but I'm not making the decisions. I'm just reporting it. Uh, and that's it. I see there's a mission creep in who's poor in this country, and I think we have to take care of the worst first. This middle class poor. I mean, a lot of these programs now uh, in the pandemic. I mean, the income level, for daycare and childcare, up to $400,000. What the hell is going on there? And that's politicians, I assume, just trying to get votes. So middle class people, and a lot of it's the rich are on both uh, Democrat and Republican. So who knows? But the important thing is take care of the people who really need it. So anyway, this program is good, and it goes at the right people. Now, if you want to know where these programs are, there's a website called Mayors Mayors for guaranteed income, and you can see what cities are in it now. Now, for your city, if they have it or not, what you have to do is contact your mayor, contact your elected official, and see what the Chicago used this, and what they used was the stimulus money. See, it really came from the stimulus check that the American Rescue Plan. Okay, the American Rescue Plan was a Biden program. I think that's the one last year. They give all this money to states and local and county and city. So it's called American Rescue Plan. Now they're starting to spend it. And what Chicago did, they took like $40 million and gave it on guaranteed income. Okay, and they're studying that now in at the university in Chicago to see how effective that was. And they want to do more. And the way they're going to do more is really use the cannabis tax, the tax on cannabis. That's going to be a windfall for a lot of these cities and states and things like that. So to help the real people who need it uh, without any burden either. And actually, it's not taxed anywhere. So you could get Social Security, disability payments, and things like that, and get this guaranteed income. Okay, so you're not going to lose that. Now you got to check because these are local laws that doing it. So you have to check with the local. Don't trust me on anything. You have to go to the people who are giving out the money and ask them the rules. They're the only people that really know everything. I'm guessing and just assuming. I mean, I see my job mostly as warning you about this, and here's where to check it out. Don't believe what I say, and don't believe even your own mind. You say, I'll never be eligible for that. Jesus, guaranteed income at $75,000. I would have thought that nobody is making $75,000 would be eligible for one of these guaranteed income programs. But in Chicago, you are. So you can't guess that you know the rules and regulations for anything. That's the biggest problem people have in this country. They think they know the answers. And these answers are changing daily. And that's what it. Now, if you're in that, another way to find out what is in your area is you go to 211.org, or I like findhelp.org better because that means you don't call 211. I think the biggest problem with call 211 is that you could call 211 and you probably won't find anything. But if you go to findhelp.org, uh, see, I think you'll more likely find what you need because you're going to have to call the organizations, not some operator who may or may not know what's on the ground. And they may or may not know what other sources are available that's not in 211. See, so I think it's better to call findhelp.org, put in financial assistance, okay? Financial assistance, that's what you do. And when you do that, I mean, I do it for where I live, and I can find 100 programs, 100 different government and nonprofit organizations that offer financial assistance. If you do that on Google, if you put in financial assistance and look for people who are going to give you money, you're never going to find them because everybody who wants to sell you something to solve your problem knows you're looking for financial assistance, and they pay Google to send you their name. See, Find Help doesn't pay any of these people anything, and everybody in there only gives you money or gives you free services. Uh, 99, 44, 100% in Google wants your money, and they want to get money from you. So that's why if you don't really know what you're doing, you don't want to use Google. And when you're looking to solve a problem, you don't know what you're doing yet. So that's why you go to findhelp.org and you start talking to people in that database. In other words, if you have 100, if you have 10, 20, 30 nonprofit organizations that help people solve their financial problems, that's who you want to talk to. You don't want to talk to anybody in Google who thinks they know, like me, how to solve your problem. No, you talk to people really solving problems every day, people that know other people that solve problems, people that they could direct you to if they can't solve your problem because they know that better. And it's not just one phone call. You're never going to get anything with one phone call. You may get lucky, you may get hit by lightning too. But most likely it's going to cost you a bunch of phone calls to find people, to talk to people, to ask them what you should do. They'll say, I don't know. And you call another person, ask them what to do. Oh, try George. He has a program like that. I think you should be eligible. And you call George. George says, no, you're not. You're too late. Then you ask George, who else can I talk to? And that's how you do it. That's the way to solve the problem. And if you're not going to be set to do that, you just have to be lucky as hell to solve it. And few of us are lucky as hell. The rest of us have to slog through life, banging on 100 doors to see what the hell is out there that we can take advantage of. And unfortunately, at my age, I'm trying to encourage more people. Man, life ain't easy. It is sometimes, and it is for some people, but don't count on it being easy for you. Don't believe, hucksters like me on the internet. Oh, all you have to do is do this, and you get $1 billion. No, you probably won't. Maybe, but most likely not. So you better prepare for most likely not than prepare for hitting a home run the first time you make a phone call. It's just less likely to happen. And the problem is, if you're in that category, you're going to stop. And that's the worst sin, is stopping, you know. And you can't do that. Uh, and you have to go. And then if you can't find what you have, like Joseph said, he can't find, then you have to change your and be creative to find other places. Like if it's a business, then you have to find other places to partner with. You have an idea, they have maybe an audience, and you go, that's what I did. I never paid for advertising to start any business I had. I did in the first two after I failed, but then I didn't. I said, you have to be smarter than that. Karen, how are you? I see. I think you saw uh, my mini mini cupcake Valentine's party picture. I had a blast doing it. Yeah, out of Alabama. Are there any programs? Yes, there's hundreds. Uh, and it takes research. I mean, we have like what I call a mini grants list that shows you 500 programs in your state. We researched every state. We have this list, 50 of them for every state. If you're a member, uh, they're on the websites. If you're not, if you don't see them, ask us a question. We'll send you that report. It's that. Uh, and and then otherwise, you go places like findhelp.org and start just making phone calls to find out. Because what it really is, you have to be uh, a guide, like a guide in the military goes out and finds out what's out there. Uh, find out, charity. I think you're getting some of my uh, Amazon products. For some reason, your name is in my Amazon. Uh, uh, as an address, and it comes up, and I don't look at it closely. And you've been getting some stuff. If you're getting strange packages from Amazon, they're probably from me because I gave them the wrong address because I sent you a free computer at one time. So, by the way, we still have free computers. Is that right, Charity? Have you been getting stuff that you wonder who's sending this crap to me? Well, that's me being a dumb old man. So don't worry about sending them back. That's because, by the way, we still have the Charity got a computer. I think people, you need a laptop. So many of our members uh, are using their phone, and that's not the best. I got a tension rod. Tension rod. I wonder what that. Oh yes, that was that was a shower curtain rod. I hope you could use it. Oh, that I had. Uh, I need a laptop. Okay, Bruce. Well, we have. Okay, if you remember, Let's Go Help. What we want to do is have you go and check, find help, and put in computers and find people. Uh, and find help. Um, Put in computers, the word computers, and find people, nonprofit organizations where you live that give out free computers. Okay, you call them. Okay, Joe, you call them, and then if they don't have a free computer for you, then go on Let's Go Help 2, and if you belong to Let's Go Help on Facebook, you're automatically a member of Let's Go Help 2. We'll give you, you sign up for that, and we're giving out 20 a month. So sign up there for Let's Go Help 2 to get a free computer if you check your local people. So you got to give us the contact information that you contacted to see if you get one free from local nonprofits. Because there's people already doing that. I need a laptop to help my grandchildren with it. Yes, you do. Okay, did you hear that? That's for Let's Go Help members. If you're not a member, go to find help and look under computers and call some of them. Okay, and you have to do the same for us. But if you get a no, then we try to send you a computer. Okay, so then you apply for one of our computers and get a laptop. Yes, you really need a laptop to be able to take care of business if you're using the internet. There's too much filling out forms. Sometimes the phone doesn't do it. Charity. My uncle next door just broke. My uncle's next door. He wasn't. You could apply for him, Charity. Oh, wait a minute. You already got one. Find him one locally, Charity. Yeah, we have to do one a customer and one for a member. But show him how to do that. And if he wants to join for $20, maybe we could help him otherwise too. You know what we do. As you would know, if the guaranteed income is Jackson offered in Chester County. Don't know. It's too complicated to know. What to do is go to findhelp.org, put in financial assistance, and start calling them or start emailing them. I know you have some limits on your email them individually like that. Okay, Jack? I meant The shower rod. Oh, I see. Oh, great. Yeah, give it all away. So it costs just as much as send anything back, you know, and that's crazy. Uh, but we do have those computers. We do want to give out more away. I think it's so important for people. Remember also uh, our grant. We have the deadline is March 4th for our next grant, and we should be have the listing of the February 4th winners in the next day or two. I would think maybe three at the most. Yeah, we're a little slow at this sometimes. Well, there's just so many to go through, and we have 7 people have to check every one of these things. So, um, but if you also older people, if you applied in the past and didn't hear if you won or not, you have to check it. We have the list on both websites. So you have to check it there because we have older people uh, that have won in the past haven't picked up their money. So I want to make sure that people who won know and people who won pick up their money. So we give out 500 or $1,000 to everybody. So it's important that you know that. And remember, the way you use Let's Go Help is to ask a question. Okay? Gary, you won $1,000 too. Boy, you got $1,000 and a computer and a shower rod. Wow. What could be better than that? You hit the jackpot. That is terrific. See, aren't we great people? That's it. But remember, members, ask us a question. Now, we're not really set up uh, on Let's Go Help on Facebook. I am trying to answer every new question. So start a new discussion on Let's Go Help on Facebook. The other one, it's a little unruly now. I tried to get in there, but we have all the other researchers and the other people that help. It's a little different setup that help. So if you don't get an answer the first time, ask again, and that's what it's all about. You can ask it 1,000 times if you want. And another place to get one-on-one help is at our weekly uh, grant workshops. We got like 2 a week now that we do, and that's where you can also ask questions one-on-one help. But unfortunately, if you don't get an answer in 24 to 48 hours, then just do it again. Beat on us. And we're trying to get better at this stuff. And one thing you want to make sure you get is a copy, particularly on Facebook. I mean, yeah, on Facebook is my uh, Meta Grant Report. This is sort of like the top 30 questions we get and the answers. So that's what we get is that report. So you get all my cheat sheets for the top 30 questions we have, and that we call that the Meta META, like in Facebook, grants report. Okay, and you should get that because everything, whether it's starting a business, buying a house, or fixing up your car, whatever. I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. Everything you've done, everything you've made laugh. Well, nothing is better than laughing because life is so shitty. If you don't laugh at it, man, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you anyway. But laughing to me is the lubricant that lets you slide through a little easier in life. You need that lubricant because otherwise, too much bad shit's going to happen to you by accident. No one's fault. Like cancer, it's not your fault. Yeah, probably. Maybe you encourage it or whatever, but still, I mean, you get hit by a car, not your fault. Better dying from laughing than anything else. That's right. Well, listen, I gotta go finish exercising. It's raining. Go to the gym a little bit, get these muscles going. Come back, answer questions. Gonna answer your questions. That's what I'm here for. Do another video or two and something new. I just did a video you ought to look at. It's my top 7 videos for the last couple of weeks. These are things that I think are really important that you may have missed, okay? And I just did a video. I have the links in the video. You don't even Thank you, Charity. You don't even have to be a member. You just look on YouTube for my last video. I have all the links to the videos that I think are the best that people should know about. Okay, and it's very important. This is stuff that's out there, whether you use it or not. The rich people use the hell out of it. This is where millionaires become billionaires. They go to Washington. So let me take you to Washington and show you what's there for you. Oh, by the way, another thing, a free thing I have, letsgofreehelp.com. If you can't afford $20, that's where to start learning. Letsgofreehelp.com. So that's the free one. Letsgohelp.com is the $20. Okay. Take care.